Hi there. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties this morning trying to get Millennials with Melissa up, but we are here. We're going to talk about how to make egg muffins. So I chose this because so many of my clients really struggle with getting breakfast in the morning. They're in a hurry. Maybe they wake up late, and so they're not necessarily getting the nutrients that they need before they run to work. So this was a great idea that I saw to make egg muffins. You pre-make them. I fully believe in food prep. I don't care if you are just the average person that just wants to lose a couple of pounds and you're trying to eat a little bit healthier. You have to prep. Food prep is for everybody. If you take your lunch to work, you already food prep. So you might as well do it in a healthy way. So this is gonna be super simple. I'm actually not gonna make them in front of you, but I am gonna kind of give you the lowdown and the instructions on how to make them because they're so simple. It really only involves, really the base is 3 ingredients, right? You're gonna do eggs and then you're going to do whatever fruits, yeah, not putting fruits in eggs, but some vegetables and proteins that you wanna put in your egg muffin. So you have a couple of options here. I have some brown organic eggs, free range, but you can also do egg whites, and I'm gonna show you what they turn out to be like in just a second here. But all you need is a muffin tin. You can use silicone liners. I know that those are really, that makes it super, super simple, but if you don't have them, like, I mean, come on, how often do I actually bake at this point? So I just use pan spray it down really good. And then I'm gonna take a bowl, I'm gonna mix my eggs or my egg whites, salt and pepper. You can add spices to taste, whatever it is that you wanna add to that. And then I'm gonna add lots of veggies. You know, it's a great way to get some vegetables in for the day because of course they tend to take on the flavors of whatever else you're putting in there. So I have cut up some, earlier I made some broccoli. Now on broccoli, I actually do personally like to steam that first so that it cooks a little bit better when I stick it within the muffins. But that's your choice. Spinach, you don't really have to. I've cut up some spinach. I've got some mushrooms. You could put all kinds of things in there. Turkey bacon's great. Chicken sausage, you know I love that stuff for my cernios. You can use all kinds of vegetables, jalapenos. You can use peppers, spinach, broccoli. Trying to think of what else. I mean, I have quite the list that I'm throwing in there. So whatever it is that you decide that works for you, you can throw in there. So mix up the eggs, mix up the spices. I personally like to pour the mixture in first before I add all of the proteins and the vegetables. You're only gonna fill the tin about 2/3 full because it is gonna puff up, especially if you're using whole eggs. It actually will rise a little bit more than if you're just using egg whites. And then once you get that done and you've put your vegetables in there. Like I said, I cut up some broccoli, a really great option. I love broccoli and cheese, that's a great one. Cheese is not necessarily bad when used in small quantities, and fat is not bad. It really depends upon what your macros are for the day. For some people, maybe you are doing a little bit lower carb diet and so, or meal plan, so you need a little bit more in the way of fats to meet your calories for the day. So you can add a little bit of cheese. Parmesan is a great one too. I also made one, I'm gonna show you in just a second here. I made one that has spinach, mushroom, and Parmesan cheese in it. Super easy, tastes good, and Parmesan's a little bit lower fat cheese, so it makes it super simple to still fit your macros in there. So spray it, put your mixture in, put all of your vegetables or proteins in there. Diced ham would be a good one, ham and cheese. I love like a ham and cheese omelet, that's kind of what that resembles. And then you're gonna stick it in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. Now, once you get finished and you pull it out, you wanna make sure that you let it sit for honestly, probably a good another 25 minutes. It needs to be completely cooled. Take them out. You can freeze these. You can throw them in your refrigerator because they will keep for a few days. And that way, when you're in a rush in the morning, you can pull a couple out. If they're in your freezer, you're gonna have to, you can actually nuke them for about 30 seconds and they'll warm up and they'll be just ready to go. So super, super simple. I'll post some information down below if you have any questions. Please ask because of course, like I said, they were so easy to make. It took me all of like 3 minutes to throw it together and then cook it for 25 minutes. And then I just let them rest until they were done. So here's how they look. Now again, the ones with the egg yolks are gonna look a little different. They actually rose a little bit higher than the ones with just the egg whites. But they smell super good. Oh, I could eat that right now. The ones with the egg whites, you might have to use a little bit more in the way of egg whites because they kind of sunk just a little bit, but they will, of course, have a lot less fat and less saturated fat in them. But if your macros don't allow you to include the egg yolks, it's just a great way to get your macros in for the day, and especially easy. And it's a great breakfast option. So there you go. Super simple. Hopefully you get something out of that and that can help you, because my goal is to help you be successful no matter what your health goal is. You know, I don't like diets, but I do like to take, you know, options that work for you, make them a lot healthier, make them easy and convenient, because most of us don't have time for great big recipes. So hopefully that helps you. Have an incredible weekend, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.